Hello, intentional business owner. Welcome. I am so excited to have you here. So, this is a free bookkeeping webinar where I'm going to be teaching you everything you need to know about bookkeeping for your business, the mistakes you are making, and how to do it the right way. Okay, so let's get started. First off, who am I? My name is Akiola Kifaya. I am a data entry specialist, and my niche is to help small business owners with bookkeeping for their business. I also help small businesses with pricing and costing of their products so they can sell their products and services at a profitable price. What would you be learning today? So you're going to be learning how to record your sales properly. You're going to learn how to record your expenses properly. You're also going to be learning how to record your purchases. You're going to be learning how to calculate your profit or loss statement. And I'm also going to be mentioning so many things in between as we go on. Okay, so let's just get started right now. So first off, how do you record your sales? You might be thinking, what's there in recording sales? There's no big deal. Should be for me to just write it down. There are so many mistakes that I'm going to be mentioning now that you might probably be making when you're recording the sales of your products. So first off, you need to note that there are 6 important things for you to write down when you're recording your sale. You should not just write, I sold rice, 2 cups, this and that. No, there are 6 important things for you to note down when you are recording your sale. So the first one is for you to record the date the sale occurred, right? You want to ensure that you are writing down the date you sold that goods, right? So why are you writing down the date? Just in case of any discrepancies, in case of any future occurrence, and then you need to go back to that sale. So the date of that sale will help you to easily locate that sale that you have recorded, right? Number 2 is you want to record the name of your customer. So while you're writing down the name of your customer, this is going to help you with loyalty programs. Probably you want to gift the customer that bought from you the most, right, in a whole year. So you want to write down the name of the customer so that you know who bought from you the most in case you want to do loyalty program, right? Now, the third thing you want to note down is the quantity of the product that was bought. The first one you want to write down is the amount of that product. So when you're writing down the amount, you're not going to write the total of the total amount the customer paid you. So if, for example, a customer bought 4 pieces of your products from you, at the rate of 1,500 naira each. So the total like that is 6,000. So when you are writing the quantity, but you are going to write 4. When you are writing the amount, you are going to write 1,500, not 6,000. So when you're not writing the total, you're not going to write 6,000 naira. Now, the last thing you want to ensure that you note down is the method of payment, right? How did the customer pay? Was it paid through cash or was it paid through bank transfer? Right. So the reason you want to note this down is in case you start getting confused about your business money. You want to know the amount of money you should have in cash with you, and you want to know the amount of money that you should have at the bank. Right. So if you are noting down where this money came in from or where this money went out to, so it will be easy for you to know the amount of money you're supposed to have in cash or the amount of money you're supposed to have at the bank. Right now, other important things for you to note when you're recording your sale. The first thing for you to note is that revenue is earned, right? Revenue is earned. What do I mean by revenue is earned? This means that any sale, any sale that you make, the customer does not have to pay for that sale before you record it. Now, this is one common mistake that so many business owners make. You wait till that sale is paid for before you now record it, before you write it down. So if someone bought something from you, let's say in July, and the person is yet to pay you, and the person paid you in September, that sale is for July. Because think about it, your inventory has reduced, right? That product has left your store. Your inventory has reduced because all of these things are connected together. So you want to make sure that whether or not the customer has paid you, a sale has occurred. Immediately the customer leaves with your product. So revenue is earned. It means that whether or not your products or services have been paid for, you have to record that sale in the month that the sale occurred. in the day that the sale occurred, right? Now, the second important thing for you to note is that sales should be captured monthly. Now, I'm mentioning this because of service-based business owners that have people that pay them ahead. For example, if you are running a school, um parents will be paying you for a term. Whatever money they are paying you in that term is for 3 to 4 months, depending on the number of months that is in that term. And that good example is if you run a banking salon or if you run laundry business and you have clients that pay you ahead. Some salons sell voucher cards to their customers. So this means that because some customers might buy voucher card for 3 months. So for the next 3 months, they're not going to be paying you any money. They've already paid you for all the air that they want to cut, right? This is a very good marketing strategy or sales strategy for you to mop up so much money for your business. It's going to help your cash flow. I'm going to be explaining cash flow as we go on, right? So if you have this kind of business whereby a customer pays you in bulk, they pay you for 6 months. You're a social media marketer and your customers pay you for 3 months. They pay you for 4 months ahead for your services. You are going to divide this money by the number of months that you were paid for. You are not going to record if, for example, the customer paid you 200,000 naira, 50K per month. That 200,000 naira is for services for 4 months. You are not going to record 200K as your sales for 1 month. You have to divide it into 4. I hope I'm making sense. So sales should be captured monthly. So it means that if you have been paid ahead for like 4 or 3 months ahead for a service that you are yet to deliver. So what you want to do is to ensure that you divide it by the number of months that you were paid for, and you calculate your sales based on each month, right? So that is all about sales. I mentioned the 6 important things for you to note when you're recording your sales, and I also said that revenue is earned. So when you are recording your sales, you should ensure that you are putting these things in place to so that the sales that you are recording will not be you're not going to be overestimating your sales or underestimating your sales. So if you put all 200K, for example, like the example that I made, into 1 month, you have overestimated your sales for that month, right? So you have overestimated your sales for that month. And if a customer takes a good from you and the customer is yet to pay and you don't record it for that month, you have reduced the sale for that month. So it's not just enough for you to keep records. Ensure that you are doing it correctly. And that is the essence of this webinar that you are watching. Now, this is a table that you can use. For example, you can take a screenshot of this table, right? So this is an example that you can use. So you can see the date, the customer name, the name of the item that was bought, the quantity that was bought, the unit price, and the total, then the payment method. If you are the kind of business owner that uses different bank, under the bank transfer, you can write the name of the bank so that you know the bank that the money is supposed to be in, right? So aside from keeping daily sales records, if you are doing manual bookkeeping, which I don't recommend by the way, I always encourage people to use an accounting software. But if you are using manual bookkeeping, this is something that you can use. Aside from your daily sales, you need to also keep a monthly summary of everything that was sold on each day. So you know that in this first record that we are keeping, we are just keeping maybe someone bought in a day, like for example, on the 31st of July, you made about 20 sales and you have written all of the 20 sales on that 31st of July. Now, when you are doing your total monthly sales, you're going to write 31st of July and then you are going to add together all the sales that occurred that day and then put it into a daily summary. So on the 31st of July, how much did I make on 1st of July? How much did I make on 2nd of July? How many did I make on 3rd of July? Then you put it together to get a summary. Like I said before, if you are using an accounting software, the software will be doing all of these things for you automatically without stress, without you putting in any effort or any stress for you. Now, moving on to expenses. How do you record your expenses? There are 5 important things for you to note down when you are recording your expenses. Number one is the date you spent that money. Number two, the payment method, whether you paid via bank transfer or you paid through cash. I've already mentioned the reason why this is important, right? So you want to know where this money left through. So when you want to know your cash balance, did I pay this money through cash? Did this money come in through cash? So how much should I have as my balance in cash with me? Right. So you want to write the amounts that you spent, the expense category. Expense category is when you categorize your expenses, when you categorize your expenses. So for example, you are putting everything that has to do with staff under staff salary and welfare. You're putting everything that has to do with transportation under transportation category. You're putting everything that has to do with data, internet or your subscriptions. If you pay subscription, whether you pay for Canva, you pay for using your website, you pay for your domain name, all these things are subscriptions that you pay every month, right? So you can put everything together, categorize everything together under subscriptions. So it's easy for you to locate them. That's the essence of categorizing them. I'm going to be showing you some expense categories shortly, right? So you want to write down the category of that expense. Is it rent? Is it salary? Is it transportation? Is it subscription? Whatever category that expense fall under, you want to put it there. Then the last thing is the expense description. That is, you explain what that expense is for, right? This will help you to remember whatever it is that you spend that money on in the next future, and you not be like, oh, what did I use this money for? Right? It's under subscription. What subscription was this? So expense category, the expense description would help you determine easily what this thing is for. Now, other important things to note when you are recording expenses, just as in sales, as I said before, that revenue is earned, expenses are incurred. That's the opposite. Expenses are incurred. You should already know what this means. So it means that whether or not you have paid for this expense that you are incurring, you have to record it. So if you're a tailor, for example, and you have a sewing machine, right? And then you call someone to come and help you repair the sewing machine. And then you don't tell the person that, oh, I'm going to pay you later, right? So whether or not you paid that person at that particular time, you have to record that expense for that month. So expenses are incurred. You don't have to necessarily pay for them before you record them. Now, the second thing is also that expenses should be captured monthly. So there are some expenses we pay for them in a year. Like for example, I mentioned Canva, your subscription. When you are paying, some people might pay for a year. But let me use I remember something now, domain name. Yeah. Let me use domain name for example. When you pay for a domain name, you pay for a year. You don't have the option to pay for months. Now, when you pay for a year, when you're recording that expense, don't record it in that month that okay, in July I bought domain name 10K. No, that 10K that you bought the domain name, you have to divide it by the number of months that domain name is carrying. For example, now when you buy domain name 10K and you are going to use it for 12 months, you have to divide 10K divided by 12 for you to know the expense, monthly expense for that subscription. And that thing is rent. We pay rent a year, 6 months at least. I don't even think it takes 6 months again. Right? So you pay rent 6 months, a year, 2 years, right? So when you pay this rent, you don't just go and record it down. I spent 400K on rent this month. No, you are understating your profits for that month. It's going to look like you did not make any profits in that month. The right way to do it is to divide this expense into monthly expense. Because come to think of it, is not only that month that is going to be carrying the burden or enjoying the rent, right? All of these months are going to be enjoying that. So you divide it by the number of months that you paid for, right? So that will be all about expenses. Now, these are expense categories that you can use in your business. This is rent, repairs, and maintenance. So if you repaired gen, you repaired your AC. So instead of you writing repairing of AC separate, repairing of gen, so everything you can categorize them under repairs and maintenance, right? So salaries and wages, IT and internet, transportation, meals and entertainment, oil and diesel, advertising and marketing, and so on and so forth. So you can take a screenshot of this expense categories, and then you use it for your business, right? Now, how do you record your purchases? First of all, what is purchases? What do we know to be purchases? Purchases is when you buy your raw materials. Let me just put it that way, as simple as that. Purchases is when you go to the market to buy your raw material. So if you sell beauty products, you sell skincare, you sell healthcare, you make zobo, you produce your products. When you are going to the market to buy your raw materials, you are doing purchases. That is not expenses, right? So purchases is different from expenses. Purchases is when you are buying something that will still bring in money for you. If you sell clothes now, you sell female dresses. When you go to the market to restock the dress that you want to sell, that is purchases, because you are still going to sell it to make money. Anything you are spending money on that you still make money from, it is not expenses for purchases. But expenses are those things that you spend money on that will not make money back for you. Example is when you pay for electricity. When you pay for electricity, are you going to sell the electricity to bring in money for you? No. Of course, the electricity is helping you make money in the store, but you don't sell electricity. Electricity can only be a purchases for you if what that is what you sell, right? So purchases is when you're buying your raw materials. Then let me confuse you. Purchases is when you're buying your raw materials, whatever business that you are, as long as you are going to buy goods that you are still going to resell, that is purchases. So when you are recording your purchases, it's easy. Just write down the date that you made the purchase, the amount of money that you spent, the quantity that you bought, and then you multiply the quantity that you bought with the price per unit to get the total. Okay, so moving on, how do you calculate your profit and loss? I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for this um part. How do you calculate your profit or loss? So there are five important elements to put into consideration when you're calculating your profit or loss. Number one is your total sales for the month. Number two is your cost of goods sold. I'm going to be explaining all these terminologies. Number three is your gross profit. Number four is your operating expenses, and number five is your net profit. Okay, so these five things are very important. But one thing you need to notice that you cannot achieve this, you cannot know these five things if you don't do your bookkeeping. Take it or leave it. How would you know the total sales if you have not been keeping record of it? Then you now start using your head to guess, which is very wrong, right? So what is your total sales? Then the cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is the cost of the good that you have sold, just like the English implies. The cost of the goods that you have sold. So if you have 50 pieces of your product, for example, and at the end of the month, when you are closing your account, you only sold 30 pieces out of that 50 pieces, right? So your cost of goods sold is the cost of the one that you have already sold, the cost of the 30 pieces that you have already sold. That is the next thing I want to talk about is your gross profit, right? So, what is your gross profit? Your gross profit is simply your total sales minus your cost of goods sold. So, when you remove all the amount of money that you made in sales in a month, and then you subtract your cost of goods sold from it, that is the cost of purchasing your products or the cost of producing your product, you deduct it from your total sales, then you are going to get your gross profit. Now, don't forget that there are other expenses that you make in your business aside from purchasing your product. You pay for electricity, you pay for rent, you buy data, you pay salaries. So all of these other expenses are known as operating expenses, right? So by the time you deduct your cost of goods sold from your sales, the profits that you are getting is still your gross profit. That is not the real profits that you have made in your business. Now, I've explained operating expenses just now. So these are expenses that you make in order for you to run the day-to-day activities of your business, right? So when you pay for electricity, without electricity, when you pay for rent, when you pay salaries, when you do all these day-to-day activities in your business, all these expenses that you make, they are called operating expenses. Now, when you subtract your operating expenses from your gross profit, you are going to get your net profit. Okay, you are going to get your net profit. So your net profit is just like the real profit that you have made in your business. So all these, you know that to calculate your profit is just like your cost minus your sales, but that cost is not just the cost of buying your product. It also entails all other expenses that you pay. If you have a website, the amount of money that you pay for to host for your website, any other money that you are spending aside from the money that you use to purchase your good, you have to subtract them to get your net profit. So these five elements are important when you want to calculate your monthly profits, your total sales. You have to get your cost of goods, so that is the cost of each product that you sold in that month, right? So you subtract your cost of goods sold from your total sales to get your gross profit, and then you subtract your operating expenses from your gross profit to get your net profit. So here, the most important thing for you to know is your total sales and your cost of goods sold and the amount of money that you spend in your operating expenses. Once you know these three, it will be easy for you to know what your monthly profit is, right? So now let's do a breakdown of everything I just talked about. Let's do an example, right? So the first thing is your total sales. I said the total sales is the monetary value of product or services that you have sold in a month. So in this example, let's say that we have made 600,000 naira in sales or revenue. Sales is also revenue, right? Now, the next thing you want to know is your cost of goods sold. So, like I said, the cost of goods sold is the cost of purchasing or producing the goods you have sold in a particular month. So the ones that you have not sold is not part of the cost of goods sold. I explained earlier that if you have 50 pieces of your product and you have only sold 30, your cost of goods sold will be the cost of that 30 pieces, not the cost of all the 50 that you bought, right? So let's say we bought 50 pieces of shoes and we sold 20, and the cost of one shoe is 10,000 naira. Our cost of goods sold for that month will be 10,000 naira times 20, which is 200,000 naira. Let me say that again. So let's say we bought 50 pieces of shoes in a month, and out of that 50, we sold 20. The cost of one shoe is 10,000 naira, and we have sold 20. So 10 times 20 is 200,000 naira. So our cost of goods sold for that month will be 200,000 naira. Now, the gross profit. The gross profit is the profit after deducting your cost of goods sold from your total sales. So sales minus cost of goods sold, that is 600,000 naira from our example, minus 200,000 naira give you 400,000 naira. So this 400,000 naira will be our gross profit. And like I said, your gross profit is not the real profits that you made in that month. Now, the next thing is your operating expenses. I also mentioned that the operating expenses is expenses you incur in running the day-to-day activities of your business. So, like rent, salaries, electricity, depreciation expense too. Depreciation expense is the depreciation of your assets. Assets are things that you have in your business that can last for at least 1 year, right? So any tangible assets, any tangible thing that you buy in your business that will last for like at least 1 year, like your machines, right? So you do depreciation on them and then you subtract it from your sales every month, right? So like your depreciation expense. So all of these are operating expenses. Now let's say our operating expenses for the month is 150,000. And when we put together our rent, put together our salaries, our electricity, everything, just an example, is 150,000. Now we are now going to get your net profit. Your net profit is what we refer to as the real profit of the business. That is when you now to determine your net profit, you have to subtract your operating expenses from your gross profit, right? So from our example, 400,000 naira is our gross profit, and our operating expenses is 150,000 naira. So our real profit for that month is 250,000 naira. I hope you understand. So you can rewind, pause, replay so that you can watch it over and over again, listen over and over again, so that you can understand and see how you can implement this for your business. But okay, so I did a summary here. Total sales 600,000 naira, cost of goods sold 200,000 naira, gross profit 400,000 naira, operating expenses 150,000 naira, the net profit will be 250,000 naira. So that's 600,000 naira minus 200,000 naira, which gives us 400,000. Then 150,000 minus 400,000 minus 150,000 will give 250,000, which should be the main profits. Now, before I go, I want to quickly explain the three main problems business owners face and how you can solve it, right? There are three main issues that business owners when it comes to their business money. Now, how these problems, how do you solve them? Now, I'm going to be mentioning these three main problems, and I'm also going to be teaching you how you can solve them. Right. So why do you face this problem? You are making consistent sales, but you don't know what your monthly profit is. Number one. Number two is you feel confused about your business money. And number three, you sell out your product, but you still can't afford to spend enough money on yourself or for your loved ones. So these are the three main problems that business owners face. Number one, they are selling, right? You are making sales, but you don't know what your monthly profit is. Number two, you feel confused about your business money, right? You feel confused about your business. You don't understand what is going on. Money is going in, money is coming out, and you don't understand what is happening again. Sometimes when the money comes, you take part of the money, you go to the market to restock because you are finished selling or the product is almost finished, and then you sell again, and then you spend money on some expenses that are coming up, and then everything is just going in and coming out, and at some point you don't even understand what is happening again. Now, the third problem that small business owners go through is that you sell out your products, but still can't afford to spend money on yourself or your loved ones. So this is where so many business owners complain that at the end of the month they don't know where their business money is. They are complaining, I don't know what's happening. I have money this minute, then the next month I don't have any money again. I made sales of over 1 million this month, and at the end of the month I can barely find 50K in my account. I don't know what is happening. So this is three main problems that small business owners face in their business. Now, the first problem, let's talk about the first problem. The first problem is making sales without knowing your monthly profit. This is so common about it in so many small business owners. So many business owners that they don't know what their monthly profit is. So we have already gone through how to calculate your monthly profit. So you should not have that issue again. But what is the reason? Why is it that you don't know what your monthly profit is? It's simple. It's because you don't keep track of your business transactions. If you keep track of your business transactions, you would know your monthly profits because you would know the exact amount you made in sale in that month, and you can subtract your expenses from it. I already taught you how to do it, but because you are not determined to keeping track of your sales, to doing your bookkeeping, you are having issues to knowing what your monthly profit is. So for you to know what your monthly profit is, aside from you learning how to do it, which I have just taught you, you also have to be intentional. It cannot fall on your laps. You have to do it. The same way you put in effort to make sales in your business. Also put in that effort, that dedicated effort to ensure that you know what your monthly profit is. It might not be easy because I know that yes, you have a lot of things to do, but it's not easy to run a business. It's not easy to grow a business. Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. What's the essence of you running a business, making sales and all, and at the end of the day, you don't even know the progress. You don't even know if your business is doing fine. And you are making a lot of sales does not mean you are making profit. The money will just be deceiving you. You'll be seeing lots of money, but you're not making any profit. But you would not know because you're not keeping records, right? You would not know because you're not keeping records. But if you are keeping record and you have tried to calculate your sale, your profit at the end of the month, then you will know where your business stand. I've seen people who are making sales over 1 million naira in sales, and by the time we do their record keeping, they are not even making more than 100K in profits. How would you make sales of over 2 million naira and you can't boast of at least 500K in profit at the end of the month? Right? So, if for you to know what your monthly profit is, learn how to do it, which I have just taught you now. And number two, be dedicated, be intentional about it. Find ways to make it easier for you. And then this is why I always encourage business owners to use an accounting software. If you use an accounting software, it's going to be easy for you to do your bookkeeping, because like everything I explained earlier, the only thing you need to do if you're using accounting software is to enter your sales and enter your expenses. Once you enter the two into it, the accounting software will generate all your reports for you to calculate your profit or loss for you. It will show you your cash flow. I'm going to explain cash flow later. It will show you your cash flow. It will show you It will show you your income for the month, your expenses for the month, chart and graph. It will show you relationship between all your expenses. It will be automatically be generating all these reports for you. But if you are doing it manually, it's going to be stressful. So I always discourage small business owners from doing their bookkeeping manually. I always encourage you to use an accounting software. It is easy to use. You can just install the app on your phone and then use it. And if you are using an accounting software, don't use an accounting software that is not cloud based. Don't use all those accounting software that are just apps. No. Use the one that is cloud based, that you have to sign up on the web and all, so that your records are saved. If your laptop spoils, if your phone spoils, you can log into the account anywhere at any time and you find all your records. Okay, now let's move to the second problem. Okay, I've already mentioned all this. Why bookkeeping is important? It helps you to compare your past and present data, right? Bookkeeping helps you to compare why you should do bookkeeping. Why should you take it seriously? Now, if you made sales in this month, let's say you made 3 million naira in sales this month, and then in the following month you made 1 million naira in sales. This is the importance of bookkeeping. It helps you to compare, what did I do last month that made me make a lot of sales, and what am I doing this month that is not making me make more sales? What is that strategy that I used in the previous month that I can replicate in this month? At the end of the year too, you can look at all your records for the year, compare each month to each other, or compare last year, compare 2021 records to 2022 records. Is there improvement? In the whole of 2021, how much was my total sales? How much was the whole money that I spent in 2021? How much was my profit in the whole of 2021? Now compare it to 2022 and say that in 2022, what was my total sales? What was my total expenses? And what was my total profit in 2022? Was there improvement? Did I reduce? Did I increase? If I did not increase, what are the things that I did not do that did not make me increase? If I increase, what are the things that I did that made me increase? And what more can I do in 2023 that will make my records better? Right? So it helps you to compare. And like I said before, if you use an accounting software, it's going to be calculating your total sales for you for the whole year. It's going to calculate your total expenses for you for the whole year. It's going to calculate your total profits for you for the whole year. Those of you that really that wants to win grants, you want investor people to invest in your business. How would you be able to get people to invest in your business if you cannot present them that in 2021 we made so amount of money in sales, and we made this amount of money in profit, and in 2022 we did this, and we know that if you invest in us and we are able to expand, then we can make more money together, right? So this is how you can get investors. But if you yourself, without even getting investors, you cannot compare your numbers and make good decisions for yourself, how would you be able to grow your business? So, and this brings me to the second point, which is helps you make informed decisions for your business, right? So like I said, how would you know if you need a business loan? If you're not keeping records, you cannot know if your business needs more money to grow, right? Then number three, I've said all of this before, it helps you to gain more investors, and to it to last this last point too is very, very important. You would know what to expect from your accountant in the future. If you learn bookkeeping now as a small business owner, and you have been keeping records now by yourself as a small business owner, it might be tedious, but one of the advantages that in the future, if you eventually hire an accountant to work for you, you know what to expect from him or her, right? If the accountant is being dubious, or if the person is doing rubbish, you would know because you already have the experience. But if you're a small business now, you don't even know anything about bookkeeping, you don't even know anything about accounting. By the time you hire an accountant, your business grows, you now hire an accountant to work for you, and the accountant is generating rubbish reports for you. How would you know that the report that is generating is wrong? Right. So it's important for you to learn bookkeeping and to also do it for your business, right? So now the second problem is business money confusing you. And the reason is because you don't understand your cash flow. So the other time that I talked about money going out of your business and money coming into your business, you make sales, you pay for expenses, you buy course, you go to the market to restock, money is going out, then you sell again, money came in again. Like I said, it gets to a point that the money begins to confuse you. So this money going in and money coming out is what we know. what is it's called cash flow, right? Cash flow is money, is the amount of money that flows in and flows out of your business. So when money is coming in, when money is dropping in, that is cash cash flowing in. And then when money is going out, is cash flowing out. And cash flow can come in different forms. It can come in form of sales, it can come in form of people lending you getting loan for the business. And then also when you also input your own personal money into the business, then cash flows out of the business in form of expenses and purchases. When you go to restock purchases, I've already explained purchases before, right? So cash flows out in that form. So cash flow, it helps you understand how much you should have in your bank and cash account at a given time. So you remember when I talked about your when you are doing your bookkeeping, you should record the mode of payment, whether it was paid through cash or paid through bank. So for you to know the amount of money you're supposed to have in your bank account, you need to understand your cash flow. And sincerely, understanding cash flow is not easy. As a small business owner, you cannot have a lot of things in your mind, and at the same time, you're not trying to understand cash flow. You're trying to put it is a lot. Is a lot. It's going to be very draining, and that is why using an accounting software is a no-brainer, right? That's why using an accounting, it makes it everything. This cash flow is going to an accounting software will show you a chart of the months that money flowed in the most and the months that money flowed out the most, right? So you see it. How much did you begin with at the beginning of this month? How much flowed in at the beginning of this month? I mean, in the whole of this month. How much flowed out in the whole of this month? Then what is my balance at the end of this month? An accounting software will show you all of these things. Now, the third problem that some business owners face is you can't find your business money despite making lots of sales. This one happens. So many business owners come back. I don't know where my business money is. I don't know what will happen. I'm just making money. I can't find all the money. The reason is because number one, pricing is not right. Yes, the prices of your products, you are selling your product at a price that is not profitable. You are just guessing your price. Probably you just guess. You just said, okay, I bought this bag 3,000 naira. Let me just add 1K to it. Bam. That's what most of you do. Let me just add 1K to it. Let me just add 1.5 to it. And then you sell it at that amount. You are not putting into consideration all of your other expenses. When you want to fix a profitable price, there are so many things that goes into it, and that is why your price cannot be compared to another. If two people are selling bags, you cannot be comparing your own price to that person's price, because you don't know that person's expenses. You don't know if that person has a store. You don't know if that person has staff that they are paying. You don't know if that person has a website that she's paying every month for. You don't know. If you that you don't have a website, your own expenses is not much compared to someone who has a website, who have staff, who have this, who have that. So you cannot compare your own pricing to another person's pricing. And that thing that can determine your pricing is the kind of brand that you want to build. If you want to build a luxury brand, your pricing will be high. Even though your cost is small, you will still do very high price. Your profit margin will be very, very high. But if you're not building a luxury brand, your profit margin might not be really high. Some people might do 300% profit margin, some people might do 400% profit margin. But if your own you're not building a luxury brand, you might just do maybe like 20% profit margin, 50% profit margin maximum. Then another thing that can determine is if you are just starting, you might not want a profit margin to be too high, right? You might not want a profit margin so that you can be competitive in the market, right? So there are so many things that goes into pricing your products, and if you're not pricing your products right, you will continue to struggle with your business money, right? So number two is you're not keeping track of where your money is going to. Are you spending from your business money? Some of you buy data for your business. You will not be watching Netflix with that data, and then before the end of the month that data will finish. Then you will not use your business money again to buy another data, of which for you to run that business successfully for 1 month, maybe you are supposed to just use maybe like 6K data, but you are now using like 20K data at the end of the month. You will not remember that you have used that data to watch Netflix, use the data to watch that woman on Instagram. You will not remember all those ones. You not say data has finished, you don't use your business money again to buy another data. Are you keeping track of where your business money is going to? And this third point too, you have not separated yourself from your business, is also tied to it. Separate your own personal money from your business money. If you have not done that, you will continue to struggle because you keep spending on you think you have plenty money. You don't have plenty money. So to run a successful business is not easy. You need to be intentional. You need to know what you are doing. You need to know where your business money is going to. If not, you will continue to struggle. There will be no significant growth in your business. 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, you are still there. You are still unable to point to any tangible thing that you were able to do from your business money. Okay, so you need to be intentional about your growth. Now, to help small business owner kill the confusion about their business money, I founded this academy called the Business Finance Academy in order to help small business owners learn how to do bookkeeping with an accounting software, learn how to price their products the right way. I'm going to be teaching small business owners how to do how to make simple calculations in your business. These simple calculations would include how to make a more expensive product take a higher cost, right? So for people that they import their products, or you go to Dubai to buy products, to buy clothes that you resell here in Nigeria. So there are some stuff that are more expensive than some. So there are some simple important calculations on how you can, make a product that is more expensive, take a larger portion of your expenses, and then take those products that are not really expensive, take smaller products so that their own prices will not go too high, right? Then I'm also going to be teaching how to track raw materials for your production business. If you're into production of your business, you produce skincare products, you produce hair care products, you produce Zobo, you produce, you're into production, how to track your raw materials using a free software, how to pay yourself with salary depending on your profit. This salary, I know that so many business owners like to take a portion of it, though it's not wrong. You can divide your profit into three and then take a percentage for yourself, use a percentage, keep a percentage to grow the business, and then you also keep a percentage to restock. I know this is very common among business owners because you want your profit to your salary to increase based on the profits that you make. This method is not wrong, but I personally I prefer to teach people to take a fixed amount of a fixed amount every month at their salary. Take 50K every month, take 100K every month, take 150K every month. Why? Because number one, you have to pay tax on your salary as a business owner. You have to pay tax on your own salary, no matter how little the amount of money that you are taking. Now, by the time you want to remit your tax, it will vary because the amount you are taking each month is not the same. So the best thing is for you to take a fixed amount so that the amount of money you pay in tax will be the same, right? But there's also a way for you to pay yourself according to if there is increase in your sales and then your profit has increased. There's a way you can increase your salary based on increase in your profit every month. So I'm also going to be teaching this. I'm also going aside from taking a fixed amount of salary, there are also other ways for you to pay yourself as a business owner, as the CEO of the business. Yes, it's not only salary that you can use in paying yourself. So I'm going to be going deep diving into all of these things inside the academy. I'm also going to be teaching you how to put structure in your business. Some of you, the only reason your business has not grown is because you don't have structure. Right, you are still the only one doing everything by yourself. You have not learned how to put in structure into that small business so that it can start to grow without you. So I'm going to be explaining this thing. I'm also going to be touching how understanding your expenses as a small business owner. So here I'm going to be talking about depreciation expense that I mentioned earlier. So in the bookkeeping, I'm going to be teaching how to use an accounting software, step by step, how to sign up on the software, how to install the app on your phone, how to right, put in your products, how to put in your cost price, your selling price, how to sell using when you're selling, how to record your sales. It's everything that you need to know about using that accounting software. I'm going to be putting it, and I'm also going to be teaching you how to price your products. The the amount of value that you're going to be getting in this class is massive. And after this class, your business is going to change. Those they have worked with within 3 months, there's always visible changes in their business, right? But let me quickly tell you a little more about the academy. It's an online school, right? I specifically created this academy for small business owner because I noticed that a lot of business owners that have grown, when you ask them one of the mistakes they made when their business was still small, one thing that is sure, before they count 5 things, they will count bookkeeping. Before they count 5 things, they will count that they did not pay themselves the salary. Before they count 10 things, I'm sure that they will mention that they were selling their price, their goods at a low price that was not covering their cost. So when I noticed this trend, I decided to create this academy to help business owners that are just coming up, whether you're just starting your business or whether you're already doing your business and you're looking to make you're already making sales, but you're looking to structure your business money and understand your business money. The Business Finance Academy is for you. I created the Finance Academy for you. So it's strictly an online school and it's for small business owners who are just starting or who have been in business for a while. So after you make payment, there's a Telegram channel where accountability and activities will be taking place. So it's going to run for 2 weeks. Once we get into the channel, once the academy resume, the first thing we are going to do is to go back to the basics. Let's go back to the basics. Let's go and fix our prices because that is the first thing you're supposed to do before you even start to think of selling, right? Because what's the essence of selling out your product when you're not making any profit and you're even running at a loss, right? So it doesn't make sense. So you are going to go back to the basics. Those things that you're supposed to put in place before you start selling your product, you're going to go back there and fix it. And one of them is pricing. Then during the accountability section too, we are going to go and sign up on the software. You are going to put in your products as like the same, like just like I have taught you inside the course, right? So I'm going to give you a certain number of days to go and do these things, and then you are going to come back because some people when they not everybody is taking. Some people when they sign up on the software, they will still come back and say, I have this issue, I have this issue. So that within that time, I can help you to fix whatever issues that you have. And my goal is that by the end of the academy, every business owner that sign up should be able to generate a professional looking profit or loss statement. A professional looking, you're not going to be a regular small business owner again. You're going to be, I'm going to be producing successful business owners in the Business Finance Academy. Right. So I have 4 resumption dates for this academy in a year: August 16, November 16, February 16, and May 16. The academy is going to be resuming 4 times in a year. Pick any of the dates that suits you. Registration for August 16 closes August 14th. Registration for November 16 closes November 14th. Registration for February 16th closes February 14th. And registration for May 16th closes May 14th. Right. So you want to look out for these dates and register um into any of the batches that suits you, right? So the only requirement to get into the academy is that you have to be a small business owner who is willing to learn. You must be willing to learn and ready to take action, right? And then payment option is available in 16 different currencies. So whatever country that you are watching me from, you will be able to make payments and join the academy, right? Now, I want to quickly tell you about this, my clients that I worked with. The name of our brand is the Oni's Label, right? So the Oni's Label reached out to me to help her with her pricing. And after 3 months of working with her, she told me that she'll be getting machines for her business. Now, let me run you through a backstory about this lady. This lady, during my section with her, told me that she made over 500,000 naira in sales, but at the end of the month, she did not know where all the money is. The same common problem among some small business owners. She did not know where the money is again. Now, during our section, she already saw where her lapses were. She already saw where the mistakes were, and she already saw the reason why she could not find her business money. And during when you are watching the courses in the Business Finance Academy, you would see the same because exactly the exact things that I taught are were the things that I put into the course. Right, so you're going to see the reason why you're always making sales without finding without knowing where your business money went to. So she made over 500,000 naira, but she had notification for it. But after 3 months of working with her, now she's getting printing machines for her business. So she doesn't need to go and be printing outside. If that's not growth, I don't know what that is. Right. So she will no longer have to be paying printers to print on her tote bags. She can now print on them by herself and even print for other tote bag vendors and earn more money for her business. So this is growth. Growth will happen if you are doing things right in your business. Everything is not just about sales. She was so happy and she told me that you have helped my business and she will forever be grateful for it. These are people that have referred me to so many people just because they were so happy, right? They were so happy about what I did for them. If you see here, I asked her if her business is paying for the machine, and she said yes. So I was so glad that her business can now afford to buy machines, right? Or this is someone that's making sales and she does not know where the money is. Now, this is another client of mine, Derek Malo Luxury. Derek Malo Luxury sells shoes. She sells male footwear, right? And then the man luxury was doing very well before our section. She's not a business owner that does not know what she's doing, right? You'll be surprised. But still, when I met her, after I worked with her, I was able to help her increase her profits from 5 figures to 6 figures. Like I said before, the man luxury was already doing well when I met her. Now, after some months after my section with her, after I explained her expenses for her, and then she was happy. 6 months after, I mean, sorry, 3 months after, she came back to me to tell me that she has increased her marketing budget, and because of this, her sales has increased. All of these things, all of these numbers have they have interpretation, right? They have interpretation. When you sell more, it has an effect on your expenses. It has an effect on your profits. It has an effect, right? So she came back to me to tell me, what does this mean for our business? I said, okay, we went into a pricing template because I create personalized pricing template specifically for our business. But I do this for my one-on-one clients. So we went back into our template and I changed our marketing expense for the month to the new marketing expense. So this brought a reduction in our indirect expenses, and because of that, we were able to increase our profits on each product. Right, we're able to increase our profits on each product. So the profits that she was making on one product increased. And you know the most beautiful part of it was we did not increase our price. She was still selling her products for the same price, but her profit on each price as on each product has increased. Right. So I'm also going to be showing you how to do this at the academy. Inside the pricing course, I'm going to be showing you how to increase your profit without increasing the prices of your product. Right. So when she came back to tell me, I was so happy, and she said that she was so sure that she needed my touch in her business, and she was so happy that she took that step to pay me for my one-on-one section. Now, this is another client that I worked with, Sinsley Sensation. I'm bringing Sinsley Sensation here to let you know that if you're just starting your business, it is important for you to start right. Sinsley Sensation intended to just guess her prices, right? She just intended to guess her prices. I said she had no idea that she could factor her indirect expenses into the prices of her products, right? And also, and she didn't know how to calculate her profit. So I showed her all of this. So she was so happy that she came across my page, and that if not for me, she would have gone to guess her price and her prices, and she would have been running at a huge loss. So her business was new, it was fresh, she was just starting, and I was happy for her because she wanted to start right. She wanted to build the foundation of her business right from the beginning. So you can do this too for your business, whether you are just starting your business, you can start right from the beginning so that your growth within 1 year and a half, there is significant growth in your business. I can't wait for the growth of Significant Sensation because I taught her how to grow her business and even how to plan and have her own manufacturing plants. For now, she's producing her products from home. She sells Zobo and other food items, kuli kuli, and the likes from the house, right? She stays in the UK. So she produced them for her. So I told her how to plan such that in the next 2 years, she can have her own production plant and she can move out of the house. And that is growth. So you need growth for your business, not just running your business for years and then you don't have anything to show for it. Okay. So if you are interested in joining the Business Finance Academy, you can send me a message on WhatsApp if you have any questions about the academy, you are confused and you want to know more about the academy. If there's anything you want to know, send me. This is my number, is 080-2827-9989. That's my business line on WhatsApp. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. If you call this number, I might not answer it. It's not a number that I have access to, right? But it's my WhatsApp number. Send me a message on WhatsApp and ask me any questions you have about the academy. And if you are if you are convinced that you need the academy already, you can just check the description box below. This video will be on YouTube. You can check the description box below for the link to make payments immediately and join the academy. So the investment for this academy is just 28,000 naira, right? The investment is just 28,000 naira. So click the link below to join us, or you can also go to notesandsheets.com.ng/bfa to read more about the academy and make payments. NotesandSheets.com.ng/bfa to read more about the academy. I'm also going to be putting the link to this sales page in the description. Check the link below, the description box below. Click on the description box. You'll find all of this link here. I'm also going to put in the link to my WhatsApp in the description box. You can join the wait list if you would like to get updates regarding the upcoming batches of the academy, right? Like I said, we have 4 batches in a year, and if you want to get updates when each batch is resuming, you can join the wait list if you don't want to join now. So I'm also going to put in the link to the link to joining the wait list in the description box. So the links in the description box to do all of these 3 things. Now, before I leave you, I'm sure you would like to build an empire out of your small business, right? I'm sure you're not running your small business for just running sake. You started your business for a reason, right? So that you can build an empire, you can do something good for yourself, so that you can live a good life. I'm sure you did not start your business so that you can continue to struggle to grow your business. I'm sure you would want your children to work in your company in the next, but it is possible. You can build an empire out of that very small business that you are starting in your house, right? You can build something really good out of it. And I'm sure you would want to build a legacy for your children out of your business. Ask yourself, with the way you are running your business right now, would your business be able to grow to that such level that you be able to employ people, have um, stores all over the country? Is it possible for your business to grow to that level with the way you are running it now? You are confused about your business money, then how would you be able to use that business money to grow your business, right? So I'm sure you want more for yourself. And if you want more for yourself, you need to learn the important things on how to grow a successful business. Join the Business Finance Academy. I'm also going to be putting in a lot more into the academy. When you join the academy, you have a lifetime access to the courses. Yes, for life, you have access to them. But you're not just going to buy them and not do anything. And that is the essence of the accountability and the activities that will go on in the academy to push you to take action. Okay, so you're not just going to buy them and not do anything, but you have life, and that is so that you can always come back to it and watch again and again and again and understand. Because I'm still going to be updating the courses from time to time. I'm going to bring in a business planning expert. I'm going to be adding other bonuses, like bringing someone to come and teach how to build a website for your business, right? So I'm going to be bringing loan opportunities, grant opportunities into the academy in the future. So you have lifetime access to all of the courses. So you want to build something good out of your business. You're not just running it because it's a side also. They are going to stop tomorrow. If running your business is something that you're really passionate about, then you should not hesitate to join the Business Finance Academy. I hope I'm going to see you. So thanks for listening to me. I'm very sure you learned a lot in this webinar. I didn't just take you through bookkeeping alone. I also took you through so many other very valuable information that you're going to be needing for your business. Don't forget to take this action. You can send me a message on WhatsApp if you have any questions to ask. 08028279989. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. You can join the wait list to get updates regarding about the academy, and you can join the academy by clicking the link notesandshits.com.ng/BFA. It's 28,000 naira to join the academy. Check the description box below to access all of the links. The link to my WhatsApp is there. The link to join the waitlist is there. The link to join the academy, to pay and join the academy, is also there. I wish you successful business, and wish you I wish you a successful business. Okay. Bye. Love you.